It's a mother effing beautiful day out, man. Oh my goodness. Listen, we're getting right into it. I'm ripping a poll like my life depends on it, and we're going to talk about the damn stock market. All right, here we go. Let's hit it. Oh, fuck yeah. That's just so nice. All right, let me roll these windows up. All right, put this thing back into regular mode so I don't get a ticket. Okay, all right, we're good. Woo! All right, boys. So, what is going on? AMD, boys, let's go. We were early. I told you about this. Listen, the Discord, I got the paper trails, baby. I got the paper trails. I told everyone when I was buying it, and I didn't say you should buy it because that would be financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. I got the Robinhood bottom on the Iranian war crisis after my last video that I was saying everyone remain calm and buy the dip. Listen, the feeling I'm having right now is dangerous, okay? It's a dangerous feeling. I'm well aware of it. I'm beginning to hedge my positions, okay? I'm definitely a little skeptical of everything. So currently AMD, 340, 350, 360, whatever the hell it is right now. It's up there, man. It's up there. I'm not taking any profits, but I'm hedging my position for sure up here. What that means is I'm selling covered calls against my shares. No offense, you guys probably can't. You need at least 100 shares to sell one covered call. So if you can't do that, you could buy puts. You could spend $100 on AMD puts that expire in 2 months. Buy some out of the money puts. It depends if you think we're overextended or not, right? In the short term, I think long term AMD is a $2,000 stock all day. I don't know. I can't predict the short term markets. I can't predict the next 6 months, but I can't predict the next month, 3 months, 6 months. I can't predict it. But, just looks a little overextended based on all my, knowledge and information I have in front of me. And that doesn't mean that it's going to go down. It could just be flat. It could be pulled back in time, which means it doesn't pull back. Technically, it doesn't go down in price, but it just stays flat over the course of a couple months or maybe even a couple years, which is still fine with me. So, guys, moral of the story, remain calm when markets get crazy. Don't panic when markets go down. You should be excited. This is the worst thing that could be happening. I don't like this. I'm not a big fan of the market ripping up like this. If you're in your 20s or 30s, you should not be happy about it either. I know people are celebrating the AMD so high and everything's great, but that just means that our information arbitrage has gone to its end, has came to an end, which means we don't have an advantage with information anymore, which is not a good thing. I don't like that. I prefer that the stock stays in the shitter and I can continue to have information advantage on everyone else. Unfortunately, it looks like that's not the case anymore as AMD's went on a crazy run in such a short period, which typically means that people are FOMOing into the stock, right? It's getting a lot of attention and people are learning about, oh my God, like they're actually going to, eat up NVIDIA's market share. They're not probably not going to beat NVIDIA, but they don't need to beat NVIDIA. They can take a couple bits of market share and they'll be a very, very valuable company. So moral of the story, guys, there's just so much to it, and it's such a complicated game. And I think for 99% of people, just buy and hold good companies for 10 to 20 years. Don't think about it too much. But in terms of my positions right now, I'm not making any changes to anything. The only stock I'm a little annoyed about is Celsius, because the market is it's dumping, but it's because of the Kirkland drink. But it's do people forget that Coca-Cola has store brand, Pepsi has store brand, all these companies have store brand, yet those products still sell billions and billions of dollars? Do people forget about that? Celsius, it's the same thing. Kirkland's going to have its Celsius knockoff, sure, which they might even use fucking Celsius to make the Kirkland. We don't even know yet. It looks just like Celsius. We don't know if Celsius is selling it to Costco and giving them a huge discount and Costco's rebranding it. But also, even if they weren't, Costco doesn't account for every single bit of grocery traffic in the world, like Walmart, Target, Amazon, right? Online purchases outside of Amazon, gas stations, 7-Elevens, right? That's all. They're not going to have Kirkland product. Those places are still going to need Celsius. So, worst case, yeah, okay, I guess the Kirkland thing could disrupt Celsius's Costco sales, sure. But does that result in the stock crashing? No. I mean, it might result in slightly reduced growth rates, but nothing that ridiculous. So it's interesting to me. It just feels so backwards. So I'm not panicking about Celsius. I'm not worried. I understand why it's going down. I get why people are scared, but I'm not scared at all. My position's built out, so I'm not necessarily adding to it. But ELF, I'm looking to add in the low 50s if we can get ELF down there. I have a pretty big ELF position already, so I'm being pretty picky on where I buy it. So my strategy with ELF is I'm selling cash secured puts. So I'm selling puts, $50 puts on ELF. It's been pretty good. The volatility's been pretty high on the stock. It's called IV, implied volatility. So like that just means how much options cost on a stock effectively. The ELF's a pretty volatile stock, so options are a little more expensive. So I'm selling $50 puts while ELF's around $65, and I'm getting paid about $100 per. And I mean, if I sell 3 puts, that's $300, and I usually can collect that every other week if I'm not lucky. But it's a really great, and I'm pretty much all I'm doing is I'm getting paid to place my buy order at $50. That's all I'm doing effectively. So if ELF goes to 50, I'll get my shares put to me. That's what a put is, hopefully. And then I'll own the shares at 50 and I'll be happy. If ELF does not go to 50 and it stays dead money, then I make $50. I make my $200 to $300 every other week. If ELF goes in a rip, then I don't have those 300 shares or however many puts I sold, but I'll have my existing shares that I already own, which is good. So in all 3 scenarios, I'm really in a good spot. Aside from ELF going bankrupt and the stock gaps down to $20 a share, and now I have to buy 300 shares at $50, then I'm a little pissed. But I would have bought them anyway, right? Because I'm placing my buy order there. So it is what it is. But yeah, that being said, I did sell covered calls on my AMD shares, and boy, did those get fucking turbo destroyed. So AMD was $280. I sold $330 covered calls, which is a $50 move in AMD in a week on the Monday, and it went up to $340 in a week. So what I ended up doing was I bought back my call. I sold it for $100. I bought it back for $1,000, so I lost $900. But then I rolled it up to a $357 call for the week after. So I got paid $1,500 to do that. So if that call expires worthless, or which maybe it won't, maybe it will, but I'll actually end up making money from all of this, which is really cool. That's the magic of rolling options. So I buy back my option. I took the L on, right? I buy it back, but I roll it up. So now I sell another call at a higher strike and a longer expiration date a week later. So it causes this when I'm selling that, I'm buying my old call for a lot of money, but I'm selling the new one for also a shitload of money because it's a higher strike and it's further expiration. This huge pickup truck just ripped it right into me next to me. Wow, that was scary. But that being said, I mean, I have no worries about the stock market right now. I think the indexes are a little overvalued, I think. I'm not a big fan of the indexes. I did pause all my recurring buys. So, my God, he got close. I did pause all my recurring buys. And that, for indexes, QQQ, VOO, VOOG, VTI, I paused all that. I'm not a big fan of the indexes right now. I could see the indexes kind of being flat for a little bit. I don't know. It's just... I don't know. I'm not worried about stocks like Magnificent Seven. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about the big dogs. I feel like there's such a bubble in the value stocks right now. Costco is a 50 fucking PE ratio. What the fuck is that? Walmart. There's so many crazy valuations in the consumer staples section. Energy is getting up there, and that type of stuff. I don't like how with the indexes, I'm forced to buy a shitload of companies that I don't want to own. Indexes are really good for most people, but if you really study and you spend a lot of time on the market, guys, in my opinion, it's not that hard to outperform. I mean, I know we've been in a crazy bull market, and it's obviously not hard to outperform in a bull market, but I don't know. I'm okay with being down 50% if I'm up 100%. Sometimes, I'm okay with that volatility. Some people can't stomach it, and that's why they don't outperform, is because when the stocks go down, they sell and they panic. But it's AMD, dude, I bought at 100. That shit went down to 70. I was down 30% in a week. Okay, I kept buying more, but What, you don't get that in an index fund. Like, you don't get to buy an S&P and then a week later you look at your money and you're down 30%. Like, you have to be able to stomach that shit. Like, when you buy individual stocks, you might lose 80% of your money in the blink of an eye. Like, imagine putting 10 grand into a stock and it's $2,000 a week later. It's very possible. Honest. I got fucked on Honest. Now I'm in the profit again, but Honest went down to like $1.90. I bought that shit at like $4.50. That's like 75%. Now, again, I averaged down along the way, and I kept buying, and I bought a shitload at about $2.40. But, like, I had the stomach to do it. And now, you know, when you have to deal with that shit, you know, you deal with the other side of it too, which is, okay, when it's going good, it goes much better. Like, when you buy these high volatility, high beta stocks, you know, you're just going to outperform. It's the nature of math. Like, if a stock has a beta of 5, it moves 5 times more than the S&P on average. So theoretically, if the S&P goes up 1%, this stock should go up 5%, like Palantir, like, you know, Robinhood, very volatile, right? Stuff like that. So, again, it's not a guarantee, but I guess what I mentioned on my last video that really but scared me was, like, everyone keeps talking about how the indexes give 10% a year, and that's just all I hear about nowadays. And when everyone starts to talk about something, and you'll see it in semis. That's why I think we're in a short-term top for semis, because I cannot look at Twitter without everyone screenshotting their P&Ls. It's, like, exhausting. And that is such a toppy indicator. That, and, like, also people saying, like, oh, they're going to voo and chill, and, like, oh, they're going to, like, oh, the S&P gives 10% a year, so if I put in $2,000 at age 18, I'm going to retire a millionaire. Like, it's all I fucking see, bro, and it's, like, exhausting. It's, like, and it's, like, just blah, blah, fucking blah. It's, like, I am so, I can't know for sure. Like, obviously, I just shorted if I did, but I don't think the indexes are going to crash. Like, I don't think we're going to see a crash. I think we're just going to not go up. And if we do, it's going to be very marginal over the next 10 years. Like, I just don't see it in the indexes. I just don't. Like, AI is so disruptive, and I just think some sectors are going to be really benefited and others are not, and the S&P is going to be a wash because you're going to have half the sectors do really well and the other half do shit. You know, same with the Qs. Like, a lot of software is going to go out of business, but a lot of software is going to do really well. You know, like, so why would I own the index when I can bet on individual software that I do believe, based on all the research and time I put into it, that it's going to survive the AI and it's going to benefit? Why would I buy an index that has all these software companies in it on top of the ones I like and all the ones that are shit? And then I know that they're shit. Like, this is my thesis. Like, I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to bet on my thesis and bet on what I know, and I'm not going to let an index decide. You know, I'm not going to let it decide. I'm going to fucking decide. And now, you know, okay, I probably have like 40 grand in indexes at this point, 40 to 50 G's across my accounts. So it's like a hedge. Like, God forbid I blow myself up. I'm 28. Like, that will make me a millionaire for sure by the time I'm retired. But, you know, if I blow up the rest of my accounts and, like, lose everything. So I have it as there as a hedge. And I think everyone should have part of their portfolio as an index, as like an insanity hedge, right? In case you lose your fucking mind and you go on an absolute, like, just, I don't know, a crazy revenge trading arc, and you just go schizo and you lose your mind. So, but regardless, Bitcoin, I'm still buying Bitcoin. You know, I'm still buying everything else, though, status quo. I haven't made any big boy buys recently. The Iranian war bottom was the last time I did some big boy buys. VIX was over 30. PCE, protocol ratio, was over 1. Remember my video? Okay. Things I look for when I'm buying the dip. I don't just buy the dip because of a 20 EMA or a 50 EMA or some guy on Twitter said to buy the dip. I buy it based on actual market dynamics. So yeah, I'll let you guys know my next when I do some more stuff. But as of now, again, not financial advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. But if you want to join my Discord and talk stocks and talk, you know, see my portfolio, see my moves, it's free. I mean, I guess it's, I mean, it's technically $5 a month, but like, if you want to throw me $5 for coffee, I appreciate it. If not, I'll just roll you up, man. If you want it that bad, I don't want to gatekeep it. You know, I think if I give you value, then maybe you'll do the $5. But if not, it's all good. No worries. But yeah, guys, it's been an honor. I'm gonna head to the gym. Hitting shoulders today. I need to eat more food. That's my problem. Like, I feel it. Like, I feel the muscles. They're there, but like I just don't put in enough calories, which I'm starting to give up, honestly, on the calories. But anyways, wired headphones protect the brain. See you guys.